so I do have to show up for that. That's for a nonprofit that I'm part of. So I would love to stay. If I get done, I'll come back in and help with the Q&A if possible. But I'm sure everyone here will run it just fine. So welcome, everybody. This is a public webinar, and you have probably been invited by someone who cares about you and wanted to let you know about this business called ONPASSIVE. So how today is going to work, in a few minutes, we're going to get started. Marty will start off the meeting. Mike Ellis is a panelist. He will do a presentation. There's Mike. He will do a presentation. And once the presentation is completed, usually that takes much less than a half hour, maybe 20 minutes or so altogether. We will open up for Q&A. And the Q&A, Red will give you instructions, as will Marty. There's different ways you can ask questions, but just be mindful that the questions today are for new people who are just seeing ONPASSIVE for the first time, or maybe they're revisiting one of the webinars because they're thinking about things and they have some questions. Oftentimes we have a lot of current founders on these webinars, and we love having them here. They're in the chat, they're engaged, they love coming to these. They support this whole process, but we have other avenues for current founders to ask questions. So today is geared towards a public webinar for new people only. So ONPASSIVE, you're going to learn, is a company that's you're going to get excited about once you hear it. You're going to sit back and digest everything that you can. There's a lot to digest. And there may be some words or some language or some stuff that you're like, I have no idea what they're talking about. But that's okay. And if you've been in business, that's great. If you've never been in business, that's great too, because what you're going to find out is this business has been designed to help anybody who wants to jump on board, catches the vision like we have caught it, and wants to go for the ride of their life. Not everybody's cut out to be a founder. You know, we're looking for people who understand this process, who are excited about what they hear today, and who want to jump in with both feet and get going. And I highly recommend, after you watch today, that you get back to the person who invited you. Because guess what? The only way to become a founder is by invitation. So this isn't the type of webinar where we're going to pressure you, give you a timeline, shake you upside down and try to get your credit card. We don't need to do that at all. We're here to share. This is a company webinar. It's a public webinar. We're here to share with as many people as we can. And you're a lucky person to be here, that someone who cares about you invited you. So once again, we're going to get started. Don't worry if you've never been in business before. If you think, oh, geez, I've never done anything online. Is this a good fit for me? Yes, and you'll see during the presentation and during the Q&A. So everybody, just keep in mind afterwards, there'll be a Q&A for new people, current founders. We have other avenues to do Q&As in our private webinars. So Marty, I'm going to have you take it away, and I'm going to go do my presidential duties for my nonprofit. Okay? There he is.
All righty. Susie, thank you very much.
I may see you if I'm done on time, okay?
Okay, we'll be here.
Okay, everyone enjoy. Have a great time.
I had to give a housekeeping thing with the family because they get loud as soon as I come on here. Anyway, welcome everybody. I see people are coming in pretty rapidly here. We're going to get started. This is recorded. It will be in YouTube. It'll be in ONPASSIVE Nation and wherever you want to look for it. So I'm going to get started. Anyway, welcome. It's the 27th of April, And we're about to share with you something that I think will make you sit up and listen. I've been online this is my 17th year. I got on the same reason as many other people did, to make a little extra income. It wasn't quite as easy as I was led to believe. Well, I didn't give up, and I kept going. And the more I learned and the more that time went on, the harder it looked. As soon as you get over one hurdle, you run into another, to another, to another. And a lot of people here, whether you've been on a month or 17, 20 years, doesn't matter. You realize the same thing. You get in a business and either they make it so difficult to make any kind of income that you just can't do it. You quit. You have auto ships that you just can't afford that go out every month. And sometimes they raise, if you make more money, the companies that they deal with, for some reason, they increase how much you have to buy. So, it got so bad, I was thinking, if you're bragging about breaking even, is that really a wealth building opportunity? No, not really. It sounds like I'm insanity is what it sounds like. But anyway, I learned how to market a little bit, started bringing people in, and obviously that threw me at a different part of this business, which is now you can build a team, but you can't bring anybody with you, and that was devastating for us. I teamed up with Mike Ellis and Dan Street, and it really got crazy. We would get in a business, yeah, we could build a big team, people come in, but you're bringing people in constantly because people are quitting. Why? They're in the same position we were 2 or 3 or 4 or 10 years ago, where that we can't duplicate what we're doing. If we could, we would. And no matter what guru or specialist or whatever you want to call them out there, marketers, or they cannot duplicate what they're doing. If they could, they wouldn't be jumping from one big program to another. Now, they can afford to jump around because they've got lists of 200 or 300,000 people. And if only 10% of them pay, they make another $200,000-$300,000 a year. But they are not in residual income in most cases. That means if they stop recruiting, they die. The company dies. Today, we're going to introduce to you a company that is not an MLM. It is not email marketing. It is a company that will do all the hard work for you, all the stuff that most people hate. Mike Ellis will go over that A to Z. You understand why we're so excited about it, why everyday people can get into this business and build wealth for their family and their family's family. Generational wealth, no joke, and actually true residual income. So, you put in the work first, one time, and you get paid for it month after month after month after month. You've heard it all before. Listen to this. Guaranteed there'll be things said today that you've never heard. And the clock is ticking. The clock is ticking, and time is running out. So you want to really pay attention to this. Like Susie said in the beginning, I don't try to talk anybody into anything. I share what we have. They like it, ask for more. I give them more information. But if they want to be twisted and pushed to go, that's not us. Anyway, I'm going to turn over to Mike Ellis, my friend and business partner for many, many years. He's going to explain this business. And if you're really paying attention, you're going to be signing up today. If you're not, then you're not really looking to build wealth online. Anyway, Mike Ellis, take it away.
Yeah, no, thanks, Marty. Great introduction. And like you, I want to welcome all the new people that are here. We're going to be talking about ONPASSIVE. And if we're talking about ONPASSIVE, we're talking about building wealth. And if you've never had a vision of building wealth, or you've never seen yourself in that situation, I think by the end of this hour, you will have changed your mind, because you will find a way forward, not only to replace income, but to actually start building wealth online. ONPASSIVE is an AI IT company, artificial intelligence, informational technology company. They are a massive corporation today. We're in over 225 countries around the world, and we're in the process of launching right now. ONPASSIVE was developed by a gentleman by the name of Ash Mufareh. Ash Mufareh is the brain trust, the visionary behind ONPASSIVE. And as Ash came in and started to develop ONPASSIVE, one of his main goals was to take those individuals that haven't been very successful online, for whatever reason, whether it's the skill sets, whatever reason it is, and make those individuals successful. And with ONPASSIVE, even though it is a massive company today, even though it has a ton of moving parts, that has become a reality. Ash and his team, what they've done for you and I, those individuals participating with ONPASSIVE or going to be participating with ONPASSIVE, has given us a way forward to build wealth. That's why we're all here. That's what we all want to do, get to that place of financial independence. When we think about participating with ONPASSIVE, Ash has made it very, very simple for those individuals that want to participate with ONPASSIVE. And as I came in, Ash talked about 4 simple concepts. And if you understand these concepts, you're going to understand what ONPASSIVE will do for you and how they help you develop wealth. And the concepts are self-funding, for success, product, customer, and then the last one is volume. And I'll go over each one of those individually. And what this is going to show you is what ONPASSIVE is going to do for you. That's all that's important right now. Yes, other things will come into focus as you come into ONPASSIVE and participate. But right now, what is ONPASSIVE going to do for you?
He's looking pretty serious. Ain't nothing happening.
Frozen.
Yeah. Is he the only one frozen?
No,
I
I
mean,
thought
you're
it was
okay.
my computer. I'm good.
Yeah.
Maybe he's
Yeah,
just gonna
hey, we're fine.
pick up call, Mike.
Put another nickel in the meter.
I'll text him and say he's probably halfway through the presentation right now.
And he's kicked
he's
off.
Oh, it's kicked off.
Oh,
Okay, hold on one second. I'm
sorry,
sure.
guys.
This is what
Technology,
live.
eh?
This is what live is all about, guys.
Yes, it is. Mike was so excited he blew up his computer. Let's see if I can find them.
Well, while I've got you guys online, so that we don't waste too much time, I just wanted to wish all the South Africans a happy Freedom Day. We had a public holiday today. It marks 27 years of the first non-racial election with Nelson Mandela back in the day. So everyone was having celebrations left, right, and center. And I thought this is perfect. When I did my presentation earlier, it was the laptop lifestyle awaits you. And it's perfect for Freedom Day because this is literally going to set you free. So that's pretty awesome. Yeah, thanks, guys.
27 years, is it? Wow, I can remember it.
Rick said he was in South Africa on that election day. Long time ago.
Wow.
And he'll be giving our ages away. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here's what we're going to have to do. I just got a message from Mike. Mike lives in 40 acres, beautiful land and all that. The bad thing about it is sometimes he loses the internet. And he just wrote me, said, lost internet, be back as soon as I can. So he may not be back on this call. So somehow we're going to try to fill in and we'll do the best we can. Go ahead, Red. Oh, I'm just kidding. That's up there.
I can do if you want to.
Yeah, go ahead. Just start.
Okay, let me
go ahead and do what you can. That's all. And then I'll fill in.
do you know something? I can do better than that. Let me get to the right bit.
I can always run the slides as long as that's before it doesn't call.
Well, I've got the slides up right now. If you've got them to hand, we can go for them. Okay, so as by the way, I'm Mike number 2, everybody. So we're going to fill in as best we can. Obviously, when Mike Ellis comes back, we will take it from there. So what we're going to learn on this webinar today, we're going to learn what ONPASSIVE is, the person who's going to be in charge behind it, the products and services of what ONPASSIVE are and what they are going to give to you, why we actually need these products and services online right at this moment, the current opportunity that's available, which we see generally all around the place, the benefits of what this thing we're going to give to you tonight, which is this founder's opportunity. So what exactly is ONPASSIVE? Well, for a start, it's a very real business. We are a bricks and mortar asset company. We've got 2 physical offices, one in Orlando, Florida, and the other one in Hyderabad in India. Now, the main office is in Orlando. This is where ONPASSIVE was first registered. We are a completely legal company. It was registered back in November of 2018. And that is where the main headquarters in. But the main hub of where everything that happens is in a place called Hyderabad in India. This is what is known as Silicon Valley of India. Okay, so just been told that Mike is back, so he can take over from where he left over. How was that, Marty, for a fill-in?
Yeah, can you see me okay, Red?
Yeah,
man, take it
man.
away.
Yeah, sorry guys,
Thanks, Red.
I lost my internet connection
worries.
for a second, and you know this is real time. Where I was at was self-funding, and self-funding is a really big deal. You don't want to have to pay month after month. With ONPASSIVE, there is a monthly fee, but that monthly fee will be paid with the proceeds that you make with ONPASSIVE. The next one is for success, and for success is something that everybody loves. They really don't know what it means, but everybody loves for success. And all it is ONPASSIVE is going to force you to build wealth. That's why we're all here. We want to build wealth online. And in order to explain how ONPASSIVE is going to do that, I need to get into the product side, the customer side, and volume. And once you understand what ONPASSIVE is going to be doing for you, you're going to get really excited about your online business and your future financial situation. As we look at the product side and the customer side of ONPASSIVE, the products of ONPASSIVE, they are built from the ground up. They're proprietary. They're cutting edge. They are the best of the best at a lower price point. And ONPASSIVE, again, is an AI IT company. And the products of ONPASSIVE range anywhere from an automated marketing platform to an educational platform to an HR platform, human resources platform. They have over 50 tools. All of them are very large niches. Most of them are billion-dollar niches. And as we look at the tools of ONPASSIVE and just how superior are, and then we run over to the customer side of ONPASSIVE, it's why the customers are going to be coming in droves. Customers will come in and use the tools of ONPASSIVE because the tools, again, cutting edge, brand new technology, superior technology at a lower price point. And anytime you can give people an easier way to do what they're doing online, they're going to come in and they're absolutely going to love it. I believe when people come into ONPASSIVE and get the products of ONPASSIVE, they will never leave. So how do we tie these two things together? As we come into ONPASSIVE and start participating with ONPASSIVE, ONPASSIVE is going to come in and they're going to go into their toolbox and pull out the automated marketing platform. And in the automated marketing platform are all the tools we use to market online. And ONPASSIVE is literally going to build us a marketing system, a marketing platform. And then once they do that, they're going to start driving traffic through to bring customers in. And again, as the customers come in, they're going to love the products of ONPASSIVE. But it's even better than that. Once they build the marketing platform, once the customers start coming in with the traffic, they hook everything up to AI, artificial intelligence. And if you are not using artificial intelligence today and the next years to come, you're just going to be at a grave disadvantage because artificial intelligence changes the whole ball game. And it really does give us the ability to have a level playing field. And it does not matter if you've been online 5 minutes or you've been on 80 years like Marty. It just does not matter. The playing field is leveled because of what ONPASSIVE is going to be doing. Now, as we look at ONPASSIVE building the platform for us, hooking it up to AI, and then bringing in customers, the amount of customers that they're going to be bringing in, it is going to be staggering. We believe the first year, there'll probably be around 100 million customers coming into ONPASSIVE. If you are in ONPASSIVE, if you are a founding member of ONPASSIVE, I don't care when you came in, early, late, it does not matter. With the sheer volume that ONPASSIVE is going to be doing, I believe every founding member will be taken care of. That financial bottom line, if not totally taken care of, will start to be taken care of. And then over time, and I'm not talking about a lot of time, it's just going to be taken care of. You're not going to worry about finances. So ONPASSIVE is doing some really extraordinary things that have never been done online before, online or offline. And then when we start to think of the volume that ONPASSIVE is going to be bringing into us because of the tools of ONPASSIVE, because they are superior, we're just in a really, really good place to take advantage of everything ONPASSIVE and take care of that bottom line. So as we look at ONPASSIVE, how do we come in and participate with ONPASSIVE? Today, there's a position as a founding member position is a $97 position. You can come in, lock your position in ONPASSIVE, and it locks you into the company. It locks you into the pay structure of ONPASSIVE. That's really important. There are some really tangible benefits to becoming a founding member today. Right now, we're in the process of going into the soft launch. The founding members of ONPASSIVE, as we go into the soft launch, ONPASSIVE will start to build your team for you. Again, this is one of the things ONPASSIVE is going to do for us. And anytime ONPASSIVE brings someone on your team, it is an additional stream of revenue. What does it do? It cuts timeframes. It gets to you. It gets to that place where you're cutting timeframes and you're getting to that place where you want to be financially. The founding membership is a very, very powerful position because it locks you into ONPASSIVE and because it locks you into the pay structure. So as ONPASSIVE launches to the world, how is all this going to work for all of us? As ONPASSIVE launches the world, the founding members will come into ONPASSIVE and we will all be customers. We'll come in and we'll pay a membership fee. That membership fee is about $250. So there are two fees. The founder's fee is $97, and then the membership fee is right around $250. This is a monthly fee, but this fee will be paid from the proceeds of ONPASSIVE. As we come in and become a member of ONPASSIVE, a customer of ONPASSIVE, we go into the back office, we click a button, we become independent resellers, the IT product. I know that sounds like a lot, but it's not. It's very, very simple. Once we become an independent reseller of the IT product, that is a title. ONPASSIVE can pay us from there. It's a regulatory thing. So as we come in, I want to back up to the membership level. When we come in at the membership level and pay the $250 thereabouts, give or take, we get all the tools of ONPASSIVE. And again, there are 51 tools, I believe, today. And then we put ONPASSIVE to work for us. They're actually going to build the sales marketing system for us. They're going to drive the traffic. They're going to hook it up to AI. And from there, ONPASSIVE is going to continue to build the founder's business for an eternity. And as that happens, and you look at it month to month to month, yes, the fee will be paid through the profits of ONPASSIVE, but it gets so much better than that because your income is never stagnant. It is always growing. ONPASSIVE is the only company that I've seen that will replace your income and give you the opportunity to have a residual income. And when you have a residual income, now you can build wealth online. So all the things that ONPASSIVE is doing for us, we're coming in, we're paying the fees, we're putting them to work for us. And this is a totally 100% automated system. And ONPASSIVE, they're going to go to work for you. They're going to go to work for all of us. It's a really, really big deal. Let's stay with volume here just for a second. Just to give you an idea of the sheer volume that ONPASSIVE is going to be doing, I want to talk about a couple of products of ONPASSIVE. And as we look at the products of ONPASSIVE, they always get in very, very large niches. And this will give you an understanding of just how large the niches that ONPASSIVE is getting into are. One of the products is Ocademy. It's an educational platform. The other one is OStaff. That is an HR platform, which gives businesses the chance to come in and manage their HR department, human resources department. When we put these two niches together, the revenue that's done in these two niches today online is $250 million. I think it's more than that, but I keep the number down low. When you start talking about $2, $5, $10 trillion, some people just can't comprehend that. But these two niches, $225 billion in revenue a year, I believe ONPASSIVE will come in and initially take about 30% of that market without any problem at all, because the products, again, they're proprietary, built from the ground up. They're the best of the best, superior at a lower price point. All of these products, as Red mentioned, the office in Hyderabad and Ash's team of technicians there, about 700 strong, all of these products are made by these technicians. And these technicians, they are the brightest of the brightest. So when we look at just these two products, $250 billion, ONPASSIVE coming in and taking 30% of that market initially, I think we'll take a lot more than that. What is that going to do for those individuals that are coming in and participating as founders? That is a tremendous amount of volume. I believe with just these two products, ONPASSIVE at the end of the year would be a unicorn company. No problem whatsoever. And what that will do for the founding members of ONPASSIVE is going to be extraordinary. Now we look at the other 51 products of ONPASSIVE and we combine them, and day one as ONPASSIVE launches, they will be a unicorn company. That's never been done in the history of business, the history of the world, online, offline. It's never been done. It is extraordinary what Ash and his team is doing right now. And as we think about ONPASSIVE, ONPASSIVE was made for you and I to come in, start developing wealth, and get to that place where we just don't worry about finances. I've got a lot more to say, but I got booted off for about 5 or 10 minutes. So I'll cut it short and I'll let you come in with questions. ONPASSIVE, it's the place to be. If you're looking to build wealth, if you want a vision of wealth, you're in the right place. Marty, Red, Marina, Dan, they can answer any question you have. And any question you have when they get done with it, it's going to be better and better and better. Marty, go ahead.
Fantastic. For somebody getting booted off and coming back, you did great. I'd still be fumbling on my own feet. I'm going to turn it over to Red. Red, give them the rules on Q&A.
Thanks very much, Mike. As always, do you know something? To be able to come back straight back in like that, amazing. I tip my hat to you, sir. You are the master of the presentation without slides. It's a fantastic thing to see. Okay, guys, as far as questions and answers is concerned for this session, this presentation is for new people. It's for our guests, people who are looking at ONPASSIVE for the first time. And we want to give these people the opportunity to ask their questions that they have on their mind. So if you are an existing founder and you have your hand raised already, if you can please lower it and we can make way for the guests that are here right now. If you are a guest and you have a question on your mind, there is 2 ways you can ask that question. If you're on a mobile, you can go to more and it will say raise your hand or raise hand. Okay, if you're on a tablet, at the bottom there on the participants is raise hand as well. Okay, so you can do that. And if you can't do that and don't know where it is, if you physically put your hand up like this, and Mr. DeGarmo here will find you and you can come on to the panel and ask it live. If you're too shy to do that, there is a Q&A up there. It says Q&A on it. You can type in there and we will circle back round and I'll read it out and any of us on the panel here will answer your question. Okay, over to you then, Marty.
Okay, well, listen, because I know what happened last week, there's only one person here that can pronounce names. Well, there's a lot of people here that can pronounce names better than me. Yeah. Marina, take it away, and I'll do the clicking.
Okay, awesome. Thank you very much. I only see one hand raised here. I'm not sure if you brought anyone else in, and I see that there are 3 panelists who have raised their hands. So why am I not seeing everyone? Very strange. I see Janine Sickler. Can you go ahead and unmute yourself, please, and ask your question, Janine? Are you still with us, or did you just raise your hand to be on the panel? I'm not sure.
Unmute yourself, Janine.
Okay.
Peter Rogers has got his hand raised in the attendees. I'm not sure why, but that's it. I don't see any other hands raised.
What about Nadia? Nadia?
we go.
Hi, good
Hi,
afternoon.
Nadia.
I have a question. I was listening to the CEO talk about the plan about payment. I would like to know, will there be a percentage in the beginning that each founder will be getting for the payments? Seeing that it will be generating, the system will be generating customers for us. Will there be a percentage per founder that they'll be getting from the system, or? I'm
Okay,
just trying to
Nadia,
understand
I'll
that
take.
payment part.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Basically, you want to know regarding your team, how many per person you'll be getting from the company. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. As far as the payment plan is concerned, that is proprietary at the moment. It hasn't been released from the company. We will have more details of what the payment plan is going to be and how it's all going to be affecting us and what we are looking at receiving from the company, from the commission basis, from the customers that come in and the resellers. We'll find this information out when we get closer to the launch date. Okay, so until that time arises, we are all in the dark, I'm afraid. But all you need to know is that it is better than you have seen online to present. Okay, it is completely proprietary, which means that nobody else has a payment plan like this online at the moment. It's not binary, it's not matrix, it's not unilevel or anything like this. So let's just wait for Ash to come out and he will tell us what it is. Okay, back over to the panel.
Yeah,
Okay,
let me
you.
add a couple of things to that, Red. It's one of the things I did not cover. When you're talking about the payment plan, it's a lot like working for a company and you go out and you make a sale and the company's going to pay you a commission for that sale. It's pretty much the same way. If you make $100 sale, make 10%, you make $10. And when you think about ONPASSIVE and the millions of customers that are going to be coming into ONPASSIVE and all of a portion of those customers landing underneath you, you will get paid off of that volume of the customers. Like Red said, we don't know exactly how that commission structure is going to be structured because it is proprietary, but I can tell you it's better than anything you've ever seen. And Ash Mufareh has told us the compensation program for the founding members of ONPASSIVE will blow you away. And then you add 100 million customers coming in the first year. Believe me, you're going to be a happy camper when you wake up in 365 days after the launch. So hopefully that helps a little bit.
Yeah, I'll throw one more thing in there. Keep in mind that everything you've ever been involved with in the past, the company holds on to the majority of the money. And Ash has told us that roughly 60 to 70%. He's all for the 98% that have never ever made it online. Okay, never made any money online because of the way the payment structures were structured with the MLM companies or whatever company they have been involved with. So when you look at an owner and a founder that is willing to give up a huge percentage of those commissions to the founding members and the resellers of his products, it's unlike anything you've ever seen. And that's pretty much all I need to know right now.
Dan, the other thing I'll add to that is Amazon, who try and hold as much of the wealth as possible, have produced 40,000 millionaires since they started. Ash Mufareh with ONPASSIVE is trying his hardest to give away as much as possible of the income that he receives as a company. So just imagine if Amazon produces 40,000 millionaires, what ONPASSIVE is going to do in the future to all of us here who are founders. It's absolutely mind-boggling.
Very exciting. And the fact that our unique pay plan is getting patented, so no one else will be able to use it anyway. I mean, we've got so many great people working, mathematicians working on this pay structure that is just, it's never been seen before and never done before. So I just love everything about ONPASSIVE. Kingsley Emuzi, do you want to unmute yourself, please?
I've got one from
Kingsley?
Q&A after that, Marina.
Okay, great. Kingsley. I don't know. He had his hand raised just now, and now it's done. Janine, are you able to unmute yourself before we go to Q&A? No? Okay, go ahead, Red.
Okay, this is from Daryl
Hold
Colvin.
on. Sorry,
fine.
Red.
Yeah,
Janine
that's
has
fine.
just raised her hand. So do you want to unmute yourself, please, Janine, and ask your question?
Oh boy, I'm a mess right now. You know,
You're a hot mess.
I have been laid up for the past 3.5 months, and I only have one hand to use right now for the past 3.5 months. So, and try to get anybody to come on with me, because I have tried the past 30 years of all the online jobs, homeland jobs that I've tried. Nobody wants to believe that this one is for real. So I have a hard time convincing anybody, because they don't believe anything I say anymore.
That's not a problem. You know, like Ash Mafara says, we're not here to convince anybody. We are only doing these presentations because we want to help more people change their lives. And all you have to do is bring them to a presentation. There's so many happening, but I mean, Mike and Red does a fantastic job with Marty's contribution. I mean, we're here to help. And then depending on where they're from, we also have an African presentation before this one, you know, 2 hours prior to this. So it all depends where they're from in the world and what they can relate to. You just never know. You just get them to the webinar and all the questions will be answered here. You don't have to do any selling. That's what's so fantastic. You don't have to sell, but you will still be successful. You're in. So don't worry, you will win.
They don't want to even put in the money, because they say, oh, what's the gimmick? How much money after I get in? How much more money am I going to have to pay? That's what they tell me.
Okay, well, you tell them this. You pay once now to secure their founding member position, and once more. You only ever pay twice with ONPASSIVE. Once now to secure your founding member position, and once when we launch. The one-time subscription of around about $250 in a few months' time when we launch. That's it. ONPASSIVE will never ask you to come out of pocket again.
Well,
everything going forward will come out of our profits.
I will try, or I should say, do my best to one more time to see if they're willing. But, you know, I can't drive anymore because I can't drive with one hand. And my friends are sometimes far apart. And so I have a hard time. There's even one that doesn't even have a computer, that she has to go to the library to
let me say a couple of things here. You know, the reason you came into ONPASSIVE is because you don't have to do any of this. You don't have to worry about bringing people in. So don't worry about that. Just kind of sit back, relax, and watch what's going to happen, because we're very, very close to the soft launch. You're going to be very, very excited about your life and what's going to be happening. Let's go to a new member now that's not in ONPASSIVE. Eugene, go ahead. Do you have something for us?
No, actually, I'm already on ONPASSIVE. I just had a question. If I'm not allowed to ask the question, that's okay.
Well, you are, but make it pertinent. Make it pertinent to the new people too.
Absolutely. Well, I'm involved in ministry, and I kind of want to know, can I open up an account for my ministry, and is that going to be tax exempt? That's kind of what I want to know. Also, if I create some kind of foundation, is that going to be tax exempt? Those are the questions that I have, if you will.
I
Go ahead, Marina. You got that, or Dan?
Well, I can take it, Eugene.
Go for it, Dan.
Wherever you are, the tax laws in your state or your country apply. So you get together with an attorney or an accountant, and you've got, if you're in the United States and you're a tax exempt, you're a 501(c), and yes, you wouldn't have to pay taxes to that. It's a charity, and foundations are taxed differently. But we aren't tax advisors. We aren't financial advisors. What we are is we're just sharing this opportunity. And if you get with your accountant, he's going to tell you exactly what you can do. Now, you can sign up as a corporation. There are a lot of people that sign up as an LLC or whatever. So you can sign up and get a founding membership under anything you want. But as far as tax advice and are you going to be tax exempt or not, that's something you have to go over with your accountant or attorney.
So one of the first step is probably create that 501(c)(3). Is that correct?
Yes, that's the way I understand it. 501(c)(3) is a tax exempt charitable organization, but yeah, I don't know for sure.
Yeah, no,
Right.
as far as getting another membership for a different organization, you can absolutely do that, Eugene, no problem whatsoever. And if it's a 503(c), if it's a non-taxed organization, and that's what you have it labeled in as we launch, I think that would be fine. But Dan's right. You need to talk to an accountant just to get all the bells and whistles taken care of, check the boxes off. But you're on the right track. You can open up another account for whatever organization you have, and from there, it'll work for you. That's my opinion.
Excellent. Thanks so much for the advice. Appreciate it. I love OnPassive. Just to piggyback on what the lady said earlier, I understand OnPassive is not MLM for sure. I understand it's an IT company, and the more you share the opportunity, the more you're going to get compensated. But I have never been involved in something that easy to get people on board. I mean, when you're talking about the amount of money that people have to foot to get in, it is a piece of cake for most of us. So it's kind of a no-brainer. I think it has to do with the mindset. Once you tell yourself that it's easy to get people in, I think they flock in. So that was my little take on that.
I'm going to throw one more thing out there with you, Eugene. You just reminded me of something, that most of the people that are looking at this opportunity, most of you new people out there that are looking at it, have been involved with MLMs before. And they pay their initial fee to get in, and then they pay monthly for their products over and over and over again. It doesn't end. And they will not get paid by that company unless they continue to do that. So when you look at a company like OnPassive that says, hey, pay once for your founder and then activate your membership once, and the rest of your monthlies are out of the profits that are generated, it's a no-brainer. So we are excited about this, and $97 is a bargain.
And what another thing that I've noticed at OnPassive, leaders are definitely sowing into the humanitarian sea, if you will, because a lot of them work for free. They can be on a Zoom call for 3-4 hours and nobody's paying them. I mean, come on, I've never seen that anywhere. So
Not a lot of them, Eugene.
Red gets
all
paid.
of us.
All of us.
you know, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity, and I mean, I'm sure most of us we've never run into anything that incredible, and the mindset and the philosophy of the community is just mind-boggling. I mean, I love being here.
Right.
What a
Thank
star.
you, Eugene.
Fantastic, Eugene. People are going to think we paid you.
I wanted to just say one thing, Eugene, sorry, before you carry on, is that Eugene gets this, he understands this business. And I also know that every webinar I've been on, Eugene is there, and he asks, he has an inquiring mind, and he asks the relevant questions that help everyone else who's there as well. And I don't think you've been in that long, but he's got such a great understanding of the business that he's plugged in. And that's what I encourage everyone who comes on board, like you sign up today, get plugged in and just attend as many webinars as you can, because that's how you're going to learn this business so quickly. And there's some great content out there for everyone. And also, Janine, what you can do, Ruth mentioned it, but I should have mentioned it as well. The links that we have in our back office, the products as we get them pre-launched, We've got the O Tracker, the O Bless, and O Academy. It's also got a short video, and it's a lovely little video that explains the whole product. So if it's not just the whole business in general, just one little niche of one product, that would be great. If someone's in education, or you know that they're in IT, you send the IP tracker one. If you know that they have a church, a ministry, a foundation, you send them O Bless. If they're in teaching, or they a tutor or student, you send them Academy. And it just, you know, it speaks to that person a little bit better than the bigger picture. So hopefully that helps as well. And thank you, Ruth, for bringing that up.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There's a couple of questions in Q&A. I'll bring it up here. One's from Daryl Colvin, which is a great question for any new guests that are here as well that might be on their mind. He says, Red, I plan on adding a business to my ONPASSIVE platform. It will be promoting my business. I know it will be promoting my business, but will it also be promoting my ONPASSIVE business as well? Now, that's a great question. Obviously, if you have a standalone business on its own right at the moment, as long as it is approved by ONPASSIVE, you can host that business on the ONPASSIVE platform. And basically, the way it will work is that not only will there be a marketplace similar to Facebook that will be on the ONPASSIVE platform that us as founders here and customers and resellers will be able to view, but also this is where the ONPASSIVE traffic gets to work. Not only will they be marketing you within the ONPASSIVE system as well, but it also be marketing your business as well. Obviously, each account has a certain amount of traffic involved with that subscription fee. And if you have a business attached to that one account, it will be split between the two. But there will be an option to buy a larger marketing traffic package as well. So I hope that's answered your question. If anybody else wants to chime in as well, that's great. Or maybe I nailed it first attempt. Excellent.
Hey, don't be shy now. If you have a question, ask it. Don't worry about this as a dumb question. That's my job. I've done many of them.
Mr. Rogers, I'm sure you came on because you had something relevant to say. Don't you want to go ahead and chat?
Actually, I didn't realize I raised my hand, but I haven't got a question. I've been a founder for quite a few years, so I do sort of know what's going on. So sorry, I haven't got a question.
I thought because you've been a founder for so long, you'd want to say something.
I'm sorry, I didn't even realize I'd got it. I just realized that obviously you just asked me to come on. I think, hey, mate, what's going on here? You know, I just looked up at the screen.
And there's a great thing.
You know?
You don't have to be tech savvy to be a founder.
No, you don't.
You don't need to know what you're doing on the internet. I see Nadia raised her hand. Is that in the? Do you want to bring Nadia on, please? Marty, thanks. Nadia, do you want to go ahead and ask your question, please? Unmute yourself.
Yes, good afternoon. I just have a question concerning the business part where he was talking about just now. If you have a standing company alone, now I would like to know if I'm in an MLM business, can I add it onto the platform and generate customers for my MLM business along with ONPASSIVE as well?
Let me answer that one, Red. I know you can get this, but let me answer it. Yeah, you can bring a MLM company if it's a Gillette, if it's real, and put it on the platform. But it's even bigger than that. You know, a lot of MLM companies will bring their company on the ONPASSIVE platform. And the reason they'll do it is because most people that have that kind of business, they bring people in and their people don't know what to do. Well, ONPASSIVE solves that. because not only are you bringing your company on there and driving traffic for you, but the individuals you're working with, they can do the same thing to build that other company. And we know there are companies out there that people have a real passion for that product, but most people don't know how to market it. Well, ONPASSIVE solves both problems. They solve your problem, and then the individuals you're bringing in to market that product, they're going to get really excited because now there's a way forward for them to market that product also. So you've got it dead right, and that's a really good way to look at it. Did that make sense?
Yes, makes perfect sense. That is what I'm looking for right now. Makes perfect sense. Thank you very much.
Remember to get back to the person who invited you and join by using their link. Lion Perron, can you please unmute yourself and go ahead and ask your question? Maybe turn your video on.
I'll try.
Lion?
Hi, Marina, and hi, everyone. Hold on, I'll just try. Hi, my name is Lynn. I spell it, it's the French way, but it's Lynn.
Oh, Lynn, okay,
that's
sorry.
All right. That's all right, I don't mind. I'm used to it. I have two questions, actually, and I'm not sure if the first one relates to, if I can ask it here. I'm already a founder, not that long ago, and I have someone who tried to join with an email that says att.net, and she hasn't been able to get any link back. And we tried even to get her to register, just reset her password, and it's not working. So I was just wondering if there was any emails, maybe she'd better use a Gmail account. I don't know.
I can answer that quickly. I mean,
that they get a Gmail account, but go ahead, Red.
Yeah. The easiest way to check if the email works or not is when you go to the login page, just above where you log in, it's got verification email. If you put the email into there and click verify email, if it comes up with email already exists, it means that email has been verified. Okay. If it comes up with, if it sends the verification code out again, it means the email hasn't been verified, and they should then get the verification code, if that makes sense.
Well, no, she never got an email at all. And I
know, but that's what I know, Lynn, but that's what I'm asking you to do. If you go to the login page, put this person's email in the verification email tab.
It said invalid.
Okay.
It said invalid email.
Okay. If it says invalid email, yeah, if she's had invalid
net and it doesn't work, it doesn't accept it for some reason,
then you'll have to get another email if it's not accepting that email form.
Okay, that's what I told her. Of course, now she's checking more on it, and she's having some doubts. But anyway, my other question was, I'm sure maybe people brought it up before, but I haven't heard about it. What will happen if ever there is like a what do you call it? Not a failure, but not electrical, because but if it goes down, the whole system goes down, because if you have one,
I can answer that.
Email, then you say, okay, the rest of my tools are working, but if we're all on one platform, what will happen?
I can answer that very, very easily. Okay, we are cloud based. Okay, so everything to do with ONPASSIVE is on the cloud. It's called liquid hosting. Okay, which means that the reason we are on the cloud, and we're on, in fact, we're actually on the Amazon cloud at the moment. It's one of the things that our CEO, Ashma Farad, is looking forward to in the future, is to have our own cloud-based hosting. But at the moment, we're hosted on the Amazon cloud. And liquid hosting basically means that in real time, it adjusts the variables for the amount of people that are using that platform. So if there is a surge, liquid hosting means that it ups the level and comes back down. Liquid means it's level and it either increases to the right level at any stage. He's paid for a certain amount of hosting, and the cloud will adjust to the amount of demand that will be put on that cloud-based hosting. I hope that answers your question.
Sounds good. Yes, thank you very much. That's all
You're
I
welcome.
have. Thank you. And you guys are doing a great job. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Next up is Lloyd Hamilton.
All right.
Unmute
Thank you.
yourself.
Thank you, Marina. Thank you all to the founders. And I just have a quick response for Linnea. Linnea, I got the same issue. I respond when we use AT&T.net to register. And what I found out is that the response went to spam. So tell her to check the spam, which is what we did. And we were able to see the response to be able to.
I did. She says no, but you know, there's nothing I can do. I'm not there. So, but I did tell her about this to check her spam. And
yeah, because the response was in my spam mail when we opened. It happened twice. So I just wanted to share that. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate.
I see Peter Rogers' hands up again, but I see Peter Rogers' hand is up. I'm not sure if that's intentional now or if he was playing around. Okay. I don't see anyone else. Kingsley, are you ready to talk now? Kingsley, are you there? You'll have to unmute yourself to ask your question, please. No. We're done on the panel.
I got some Q&As. Okay, from an attendee with no name. What would happen if I'm not able to pay the membership fee for any particular month? Over to the panel.
I mean, I'll answer it if nobody else wants to.
Well, I'll answer it as well. I love it. I'm just trying to give everyone a go.
Yeah, let Marty take this one. He's been quiet for too long.
Yeah, I'm saying I gotta, be worth something here. There will be a grace period for people in the beginning when the first time it launches. I don't know how long that is, but we all want to get paid. So in order to get paid, people have to pay. But there will be a grace period. He said he doesn't want to leave anybody behind. And when I mean he, Ashley Farah. So yes, there will be a grace period. During soft launch, if you are able or fortunate enough to make a little money during soft launch, save it and be ready to pay somewhere around $250. But there will be a grace period. We don't know how long, but eventually you're going to have to pay it. If you don't pay it, you won't get paid.
Hey, Marty, she was asking about the second month's payment of the membership fee.
Second month.
The second month. You've paid the first month. What happens if you don't have the money the second month?
Well, if there's not enough there, which I find hard to believe, but in the case there was, you would be paused until there was. And keep in mind, people under you, next to you, above you, the system is still running. So you'll slowly be building up money. You could be paused for an hour. You could be paused. It could be $10 less. You can add it if you wanted to keep it going. But either way, you're just paused. You're not kicked out. And as the system grows and your wallet grows, it gets to that number, it triggers a payment, you're back into the flow of things.
Also remember that the minute you've got 3 customers under you, you're already in profit and it covers you for the next month. So it's really to get 3 people, especially even if you don't have them now or you don't get them during soft launch, but once the AI marketing campaigns go to work for us, I mean, surely you will have 3 at least to get you kicked off and started and covered for the months to come.
And keep in mind, this is something that people do not think about. You're in right now, you're looking your back office and there's no one in your downline. That doesn't mean there's no one in your downline. When this thing launches and everyone pays and everybody's shuffled together by date stamp, you could have anywhere from 0 to hundreds. You don't know, depending on what the date is. To make it a certain, share it with 3 people that want to get in, and you never have to worry about a payment again. But don't think, oh, I don't have anybody, I won't have anybody. The whole reason you're in this business is because the company's going to do it for you. So it's coming. How fast, you can have control over. But there's unseen too. There are people here that'll wake up on launch day with hundreds of downlines and they thought they had no one. That's just without a doubt, that's going to happen. Without a doubt. Some will wake up with
One other thing, Marty, is that for all you new people to understand is that when we launch to the world, you're going to have two wallets. You'll have basically a holding wallet, which will hold the money to pay for those monthlies, and you'll have a withdrawal wallet. And you just click on the withdrawal wallet, and that'll tell you how much money you have to withdraw wherever you want. And the holding wallet is the money that you're going to have to, they'll hold to pay for the monthlies or any fees that they might have, which is just the monthly. But they aren't going to take the money from you. It's always going to be yours. And that's really unheard of in the industry.
Yeah, let me add a couple of things to that too, Dan. That was very, very good. Remember, as customers come in and land underneath you, the customers are paying a monthly fee every single month. And they're already paying for similar tools right now. So when they come in and use the tools of ONPASSIVE, because they're superior, they're going to have no problem paying a monthly fee. What that does for you, it gives you residual income. That amount of money will be coming in every single month for the rest of your life, in my opinion. And it will continue to grow as ONPASSIVE brings in more customers. But if you're a founding member in ONPASSIVE and we launch to the world, and we're in that process right now, I just don't think there's going to be a problem with the majority of the founding members ever having to pay that second month fee. I believe it's going to be there. I believe there's going to be so much there that you're just going to be shocked. That's how revolutionary ONPASSIVE is. That's what Ash Bufara has tried to do and has done. It is a reality today. So remember, customers, residual income, building wealth. That's the way it works.
Okay, I've got another one for Q&A. In fact, I've got a few from Q&A. If you go for it then, Marina.
No, I just wanted to let you know that there is a question here, or not sure. It seems a little bit of confusion. Brenda Lee's asking, so basically you're saying that you only pay one time for the $250. If the payment goes up to $500, can you upgrade? Okay, now there's no upgrade at this point. There, you only pay one time for all the products. We're not going to have different levels that you have to reach a point and then they say, oh, sorry, you need to upgrade now and you need to upgrade. That's it. You pay $250 one time out of pocket. The other $250 will be your profit that you can withdraw. So I hope that makes sense.
And one other thing is that we don't know. We keep saying 250, but we really don't know that final figure yet.
Yeah.
It could be anywhere from 150 to whatever. But we don't. We're just using that as an example.
Marina said.
Yeah, Marina said. Yeah.
Okay, I've got
around about 250. No, that was Brenda. Brenda said 250. I was reading her question. It was around about
fantastic. Yeah. I got a good question actually here from David. I'm going to do my best attempt at his surname. I'm going to go for Agunleye. But anyway, that's pretty close, I reckon. He asks, after soft launch, will resellers be able to open multiple accounts, or is it just one account per reseller? That's a good question. That is, David. Anybody want to go for that?
I don't know.
And I don't know.
My understanding is that a reseller will be very similar to a founder, except for without the perks, bonuses, and other benefits of being a founder, which means as a founder at the moment, we can have multiple accounts. And I cannot see any reason, as long as there is a new email, that a reseller cannot have multiple accounts. I'm sure they will have a subscription button so they can build a team under themselves. And if that is the case, then they will be able to open multiple accounts. That is my understanding, unless anybody tells me differently.
That's my understanding too, because a customer could be, you could have your, you could be working for a company and you are one of the employees that are using some of their ONPASSIVE products, but you could also have a side gig that you are trying to get traffic to, and you would need another email address for that. So yes, as long as you have a different email address, you'll be able to have multiple accounts as well as a customer.
Also,
Yeah, that was my understanding.
Yeah, also keep in mind, the resellers that come in after this, most of them are gonna be marketers. They're not gonna come in and want 2 or 3 accounts. They're gonna come in and drive traffic to thousands and thousands of people. They're not worried about many accounts. This offer to us, it could be that way, but I'm just thinking the big dogs out there that think they're too good to be in ONPASSIVE, when they come in, they'll come in as resellers and just drive it home as hard as they can, like they do now. I think they'll probably take 1. They might be able to have 2, but I just don't see it happening. We'll find out. We'll find out.
Thanks, Marty. Up next is Paul DeBun. Can you please unmute yourself and ask a question?
Thank you very much. I'm a founder, but I'm just here to give assurance to people that were asking after a month if they don't have enough to pay their monthly subscription. I've been on a couple of webinars, and I was there when the founder was launching Old Tracker. And one thing that resonated with me, he said, if it so happened that after, give him 3 months, and after 3 months, what you see in your back office, the money you see there, if you think, oh, the money is not enough, your money will be refunded back to you. But he promised that you see a lot of money that you will not even dare. So this is the assurance, and it's lifetime, not even, it says lifetime guaranteed. So I'm here to,
hey, Paul,
to tell.
Hey, Paul, let me stop you right there. As we go into the soft launch, there will not be a lifetime guarantee, period. Okay. And as we go into hard launch, there will be a guarantee of 90 days. And I can tell you at the end of 90 days, nobody is going to want to leave because of the amount of money they're making. So we don't want to talk about a lifetime guarantee because there is not going to be one, and there's not going to be one necessary. So wherever you heard that, that's not what Ash meant, and that's not what ONPASSIVE is. And believe me, at the end of 90 days, you won't want any kind of refund whatsoever. So hopefully that helps you too. Go ahead.
Yes, it does. Yes, thank you very much for that as well. And yes, I mean ONPASSIVE, and I mean it to win it. Thank you very much.
Cool. I've got a question here from Nick Munty. He says, I understand that after the hard launch, we will be able to purchase more traffic. My question is, we will be able to purchase any traffic during the soft launch period. Anybody want to take that?
I think if one of the products is traffic red, there's a possibility that the founding members could purchase more traffic, but Ash hasn't really told us about that yet. Yeah, I don't know really.
No, my understanding is that during the soft launch period, we are there to beta test everything, make sure it works, try and beat it up, see if we can break it, and all the rest of it. So I can't see that there will be the option to have any extra from what is there to us to use at that period of time. I'm sure that these extras and add-ons will come after main launch.
Yeah, because also during the soft launch, they are doing some testing of traffic. So they're not going to be messing around with giving people extra.
Totally agree. Any more hands up at all, Marina?
That I can see, no.
Okay,
Everyone
we'll keep going
happy.
with the Q&A then. Okay, we got a duplicate question there, which is pretty good.
Eugene has a question. Go ahead, Eugene.
Thanks, folks, for taking my question. If you have a brick and mortar business on the side and you want to, I do have one, by the way, I have a few. And you want to drive traffic to your website. I have a website that is pretty dormant right now. It's beautiful, but nobody's showing up. So can't really convert anything to sell, no traction there. Well, how will we use OTracker, and are we gonna have a tutorial? Because not everybody's really computer savvy.
Everything
I can
will
answer
be
that.
Okay, go ahead, Bruce.
Okay, every single product when we come to launch, or even when the revamped back office Go founders and these products are live, every single product that ONPASSIVE has and will launch will have a tutorial video to show how it all works for the dumb people like ourselves who need to be taken by the hand to show, click here, click there, and all the rest of it. So the answer to that question is yes, every single product that we have within our ecosystem will have a tutorial video attached to it that will be developed by our techs in Hyderabad.
And you'll be able to target specific, like target audience if you want to advertise in Africa, for instance, where I was born.
Okay, that's a completely different. That's a completely different question, and the answer to that is, if you have a approved business hosted on the ONPASSIVE ecosystem platform, very much so as you use now, if you do any marketing on Facebook, etc., you when you're doing an advert, you have various drop-down boxes with locations, countries, ages, interests, etc., etc., that you target individual people with. This is only with businesses, by the way, people, if you're listening to this. Okay, you will be able to select different variables so that you can target certain individuals, places, ages, areas, etc. But that is only for businesses. For the targeted traffic that ONPASSIVE is going to drive for the individuals, this is all automated. So it is completely hands-free, because at the end of the day, we are paying the company to do this service for us. If you've got your own business, then you will be able to select different areas.
Also, Eugene, keep in mind, there will be a marketplace. There'll be a marketplace on ONET, and you can put your business there and people can come in, and let's say you're saying you're selling scented flowers in Africa in a certain location. You'll be able to have scented flowers or whatever that category it's under, where you're at. People that live close to you can see it, click it, and buy from you, probably from the back office, and you can ship it to them. So there's
and
a
they
lot,
can pay you from wallet to wallet as well.
That's exactly right. Now, that's how, I mean, how big all this is going to be, we could question all this forever, but whatever you need, it will be there. And if it's not there, Ash will put it there. So what you're imagining now, I see you smiling. Yes, it's going to be there. When, I don't know. But yeah.
Somebody called me on the chat. Hello, awesome possum. Something like that.
Yeah, Eugene, when you think about traffic too, if you've got a business that converts, in other words, it makes money, you can drive traffic through there, and it's unlimited. You can scale it as high as you want to go. Not to mention ONET, which is going to be massive. So there's a lot of options for another business to really take it to the moon. And you're right, your imagination is the only binding factor. Whatever you can imagine, ONPASSIVE is going to be able to do it. I believe that totally.
Awesome. Wow. Thank you.
Can you go ahead and ask a question?
Sorry, I just thought of something. My daughter was telling me, because, you know, with ONPASSIVE, we're supposed to, I don't remember the name, but we're supposed to have something like social media, like Facebook, right?
ONET.
ONET.
What is it?
ONET.
ONET.
But she was telling me, why would people want to pay to become, like, to be part of a social media? Because she's just looking at that part, like just the, you know, like if she was on Facebook.
Lynn, ONPASSIVE is not going to be any different to every other thing that you see around there at the moment. So whether it's Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, Zoom, what we're using now, within ONPASSIVE, there is going to be free stuff. Okay. So it's not completely a paid service. There is going to be free options across the whole of the ecosystem of ONPASSIVE. Okay. But obviously it is beneficial for that customer to pay for the service, because they're going to get a lot more than they would do from the free stuff. But just because we are looking, you've got to understand what we are doing now with this presentation. We are introducing ONPASSIVE to invite people to become founders before we launch to the world. So we are actively looking for founders to join us on this journey. When we come to hard launch, then we are looking for customers and resellers, and they will be offered free parts of ONPASSIVE, and then obviously then they will be offered to upgrade to the pay package because you're going to get so much more, etc., etc. But right now we're looking for founders. But to your answer, yes, ONPASSIVE will have free stuff on there that everybody can access.
Okay, that's good. Thanks.
Yeah, and keep in mind, I mean, we're getting a little bit off where we should be, but if somebody wants to go to a Facebook style social media and it's not as crazy as Facebook, they're going to jump on ONET. And all they got to do is put in an email. Once they get to ONET, artificial intelligence kicks in. So when you get there and you say, man, I'd like to, it will find you, it will guide you, and you will be what you want. You will go where you, it'll all work seamlessly behind the scenes. So when somebody's in ONET and they're looking at this, it will know who they are, what their interests are, because artificial intelligence is machine thinking, and it's figuring out who you are, what you like, where do you want to go without being in your face. It'll be subtle. Where do you want to go? It'll help you out. I think we'll be amazed at what's going on behind the scenes because we can't see it, and that's the beauty of it.
Any other
If
questions,
Marty
Red?
muted himself. I don't see
I'm
any
just
more
scrolling
questions
now.
for you.
I'm just going down. No, that's it for us now in Q&A. I've a couple of duplicates, but we've answered everything that needs to be answered as far as that's concerned.
Fantastic. Just over an hour. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thumbs up. This will be recorded on YouTube, on Passive Nation, and then on Passive Nation, it'll also be in the back office. So I'll see you all. Thank you for being here. If you're interested in signing up, which you should be, get to the person who invited you, get signed up, and then invite your friends, family, people you care about, because this train is about to take off and you want everybody you know to get involved. Anyway, thank you very much and have a great day.
Thanks, everyone. We're in it to win it.
You.